Welcome to Riley's Garden Adventures, and today the plan is complex, but not really. I'm gonna showcase every single plant in my garden in a quick June update because it's been quite a long time and I got a comment earlier this week excited for an update, and while I didn't plan to do one yet, well, let's go ahead and grant that request. So as you can see, a lot of these plants have really taken off since the last update video that took place right before Mother's Day. And almost every single every single tomato has fruits. And that's just great to see. So let's go on. Oh, and we got a little guest star today. So let's go on and look at what we got here. So we also got a couple new additions, 3 different types of peppers, and a little bit of garden scraps, table scraps that had been converted to new ones. So first and foremost, we got some green onions from my local grocer, just cut off and planted in here. No longer have to go in there and have to buy some chives. Ignore the weeds, I got too lazy to pluck them. But first and foremost, let's look at Old German. Now Old German is kicking off. We already got a cluster of fruits over here, some fruits over here. If we look around here, we got the Beef Master. Beef Master has massive clusters of fruit. Like, I don't even know why it is producing this much fruit as a beefsteak. Now look at this. This one has a blossom end rot. Just take this one right off. Yucky. And then let's look over here at my Fresno chili hot pepper. Now this is one of the new addition plants, and they got some peppers here. They're still green, so not yet ready to pick, but prolific, put in a 12-inch pot. Nothing crazy, same tomato cage. Let's look at Celebrity Plus. This was the first one that showed signs of fruiting back in May. And now these fruits are turning orange, they're blushing. And now people say you can pluck them, take them inside and let them turn red. I like to have them vine ripen. One reason is because I'm kind of lazy to pluck them when they're not yet fully red, and I also like the aesthetics of a red tomato on a plant. Let's move on to more of my plants. We got the Burpee's Big Boys, and Burpee's Big Boys are doing quite well. Now, as you can see, it's pretty clean here. I have pruned off all the sickly and dying leaves and multi-stemmed these because these are different from last year's single stem. And we got some nice produce coming along the way. Big Boy is producing quite well, and I have always expected it to perform that well. And then we also got right here another Old German, not producing nearly as much as this one, disappointingly. I don't know why. It has a bigger container. Now we got the second new addition, Sweet Banana Pepper. Now I won't say anything is crazy. We did have 2 peppers already harvested and consume. Very good, delicious, tasty banana peppers. I hope that they have more so you can see how the fruits look like. We got Heat Wave 2. So now where I live hasn't been that hot yet, so we haven't been able to see how these perform compared to other non-heat resistant type of tomatoes. But we do have a good yield on the way. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow, crap ton right there. Heat Master, Heat Wave, very productive. Now we got our last new addition, Red Bell Pepper. It is having one nice big fruit here. Put it in a big pot. I'm trying to get at least 3 to 5 of them in a plant. Not that crazy since you can buy about like 3 pieces of peppers in a pretty cheap in a grocery store, but they always say homegrown tastes better. Now we're getting on to Jet Stars. I got 2 Jet Stars right here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Lots of tiny ones on the way. Very prolific. And same with its cousin in the smaller pot, albeit with smaller fruits, which is expected. Jet Star have high hopes, lots of high yields, good overall. Let's move on to my other Beef Master. Big pot, big amount of fruits. There's always these clusters that are situated in the middle, and then you got little small straggler ones on the top and sides. I'm excited to see how this tastes, but I'm kind of questioning is this really a beefsteak or they mislabeled it because of how many fruits there are and how the size of them are compared to what I expect a beefsteak plant to be. Look at our Citrus Meyer Lemon. Citrus Meyer Lemon performing quite well, recovering really well. Much different than before. You can barely see where the original leaves are and where the new leaves are. Dark green, healthy, beautiful, waiting for flowers so I can get tiny lemons. And then we got the Better Boys. Better Boys, winner of 2022 Tomato of the Year of my own contest. I would say it would have been a runner-up in 2023 Tomato of the Year. That did not happen. But we have a lot of produce, healthy plants. There's a little bit of signs of disease, but it's not overall affecting the plant too much. And as expected, just like Big Boy, produces really well in the garden. Now we're almost done. We got Goliath, the big tomato that is comparable to Beefmaster. Really excited about how this heirloom would do. We got a nice, decent yield. Big plant, little clusters. They were kind of delayed in planting compared to the other ones, but they're already catching up quite well. Now we got Rutgers. Used to be America's most popular tomato until they switched over, and we got a decent yield. Now, I've noticed that these are not crazy producers, but that shouldn't really matter. We produce on this channel for really the flavor, and that's what matters the most, and I can't wait to see how Rutgers taste. Then we got the Brandywine original, not Brandywine Pink, not Brandywine South, but we got two right here. We still have a nice yield here. Just like the other heirlooms, not crazy, but enough that we can have something to taste. And last is another heirloom, Mr. Stripey. Mr. Stripey is actually growing quite better than Old German with more fruits and more health. And there's basically the container garden update. And now, last but not least, we will do a quick look at the garden bed, which will surprise you. Okay, so now we are here in the garden bed, which is just teeming with lush growth. The comparison of this to the last May video is just outstanding. It's so many tomatoes, wild growth overall, that you can barely see where the dirt was. And I even planted these haphazardly without care. These were just basically extra seedlings I didn't know what to do with, but didn't want to make a waste. Harvesting will be kind of a chore of how unkept they are. I put no supports. I've just been adding fertilizer and water, which adds to the crazy growth. But yeah, this is basically my overall garden, my garden bed. I can't wait to see what type of extra supply of tomatoes we have here. This will be a good extra harvest that I can give fruits to friends, family, and more. So there we have it. There is the June update for Riley's Gardening Adventures. I still have some taste test videos along the way, as well as the new 2024 tomatoes I'm excited to taste. All right, so stay tuned for more adventures on Riley's Gardening Adventures.